they said that Generation X is being phased out. So the new name of the show, the new name of the show.
Like, ooh, new name.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah. Well, it's not too far from the old name.
Okay.
We had to, restructure and revamp some stuff. Just because some things changed.
Absolutely.
And this is the Real Talk Duo.
I like that.
It came down to a couple, that I was looking at, and I just felt that was more.
Yeah.
That was a better fit, because we can always, if things start to progress, we can always restructure that name. So
absolutely, I like that.
Real Talk so Duo. Welcome to the Real Talk Duo. This is our revamped pilot. If you know us personally, you know that we had KBK Real Talk before. So it's just the two of us now.
Oh,
so for those of you who are new, we're on a new platform. We were on Facebook. We switched that for a numerous amount of reasons. And now we're on YouTube. So welcome to the Real Talk Duo. My name is Kayla Shawn.
And I'm Takesha Renee.
And we're going to start by pretty much just introducing who we are. So I'll let Takesha go first, or Keisha, both of our names are Keisha, so I'll let Keisha begin for you guys.
So again, I'm Takesha Renee, and I am a workaholic right now. So I've been working, I'm going to school, getting my bachelor's in accounting. What else is there? I am currently doing certified medical assistant, so I am still in the medical field. That has not changed. Other than that, I'm just on a journey. I'm on a journey to do more. So hopefully what we got going on here is something that prospers, because I need something big in my life.
Okay. I think we all need something as an outlet right now. And
yes.
I figured, what better time to do that, as I have been going bonkers I'm an avid news watcher, which, given my passion, I shouldn't be. Because when something is very, when it touches me, it's like, it's almost to a fault that I just, my emotions start to take over, and the news has been, oh my gosh. Yeah, so needless to say, for me, doing this is going to be an outlet to not only get my mind off of the current world events, but to also talk about them.
Absolutely.
Give it space for me to vent and how I feel, to share with, the viewers, you guys, my opinion and my views. Now, I get it. We don't always agree, so there's going to be people who don't agree with where I stand. I'm not going to agree where you stand, but at the same time, there is a way to do that peacefully and respectfully. So, I'm just letting that be a disclaimer right now in this first episode that we are moving forward peacefully.
Yeah, take that out.
So, with that being said, I'm Kayla Shawn. Like I just explained, I decided to give this test pilot a try as a means to have an outlet for myself. To speak on some, issues and topics that I feel women need right now in this time. With the things that women are going through, I feel that it's important for women to have a voice. And not everybody is comfortable enough to do things like this, so I am. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. I'm also a social media influencer, content creator. If you know me from Instagram, TikTok, you've seen my videos. You see that I do style videos, get ready with me. I also am a personal stylist for a lot of women here in the city that I live in. And that kind of all works together. That's a well-oiled machine that I got going on there. And that is very time consuming. Very time consuming, but it's worth it, and I love what I do. It gives me a sense of control over my life as opposed to working a 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with that because I have worked numerous 9 to 5s. But I knew from my last employment that working for somebody else was not something that I personally wanted to do. And I, unfortunately during COVID, I was laid off and it just kind of spiraled from there. So I've been doing it for a few years now, and it is actually, it was slow at first, but now it's starting to grow and it's starting to snowball into something way more than I expected it to be. But I'm grateful. I'm not complaining. And, it helps in our household. So that's that. I am a mom of 4 daughters. I have 3 bonus children and grandchildren. I have a husband who drives me insane, but I love him to death. Love you. He's going to kill me for that, but it's okay. Not really, but it's okay. And we have 2 dogs. One is up for adoption, so if anybody wants to adopt a puppy here in the Pittsburgh tri-state area, he's not really a puppy. He's a little older, but you can leave your information in the comments. I'll get with you on that. But yeah, so that's me. That's why I started this, and that's what we're aiming to do, is to connect with women who, I can't even say need anything, but just connect with women and share our voices, share our opinions, share our thoughts, encourage one another, uplift one another. And that to me is my main goal for this. We're going to segue into one of the topics that we thought was a good place to start, and that is celebrating sisterhood and the power of female friendships. Now, my question to you guys, and you guys can leave your answers in the comments, but what is a sisterhood to you? What do you consider a sisterhood to be?
Someone that I can talk to without judgment. I have friends, but I have a lot of sisters that I'd be like, that's my sister. That's my sister. And oh no, this is my sister, this is my sister, this is my sister. To be able to, work together and run ideas with each other and doing like little vision boards, like things like that, just to be able to talk amongst each other and to be able to, feel that what you're saying is being heard.
Right. Yes, that is important.
And I love the fact that the people who I do have, the women that I do have in my life, they are dear to my heart, because I know for a fact that I can sit there and be like, hey, I need to talk. I have something going on, and I can have that conversation and have an honest reaction and an honest opinion, and they don't sugarcoat things to me. And I love the fact of not being sugarcoated. They tell me when I'm wrong. They tell me when I'm right. They tell me when no, you just messed up. And I love that, and it helps me to be a better person.
Yeah, I think a lot of women, and I not so much women 35 and over, but the younger women don't really, to me, this is just my opinion, they don't want friendships where they are held accountable. They want friendships where they have yes men and yes women in their lives. Like, oh yeah, girl, go do that. Oh, like they want them to encourage them even when they're wrong and they know they're wrong. They want those type of friendships, and that's one of the things that I teach the girls. Like, you if you have a friend that's always telling you yes to something, you need to question if that's your friend.
Yep.
You need to question if that's really your friend, because if you know somebody, if you consider yourself a true friend, and you know somebody's doing something that is not going to end well for them, it's going to hurt them in the long run, and you continue to encourage that person to continue on that path, you are not a friend, or that person is not your friend. So
I agree.
It's, to me, having those type of friendships are very important, because if you are not going to hold your friends accountable and they for you, then what are you doing? What are you really doing?
I mean, there are some points in times where I'll be wanting to be like, listen, I just need you to be petty with me just one good time.
But there's being petty, but then there's being dangerous.
That's true. There's
being petty, and then there's being dangerous. Like, I would never, no, I'm not going to say never. At my current age, I'm not ever going to co-sign on going to slash nobody's tires.
No.
Have I done that? I plead the fifth. But I plead the fifth. But you doing things that have serious consequences.
Serious consequences.
Or
right.
even let's talk about something a little lighter. If your friend calls you and says, they are, that they can't wear everything. And a friend calls you and says I bought this so and so and I want to wear this and da 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 da. Now, we all know somebody or someone or a friend or a family member, for that matter, who just has that confidence to do that type of thing. If you were not going to be honest with that person, are you really being
a good friend
or a good family member to that person? Knowing that person, and I'm just using this as an example, knowing that person is going to walk out their house and be talked about. Now, granted, they might not care about being talked about, and that's wonderful. I applaud that confidence.
I don't have that confidence.
I applaud that confidence. Because there are a lot of people, I know some personally, that just have that confidence to just do whatever and wear whatever they want to.
Yes.
But I'm talking about friendships, right? And if you are going out with your girlfriend and she asks you to just look right, and it doesn't look right, but you tell her yes, to me, that's not your friend.
No.
You're not my friend. If I look like a whole hippo and you tell me that I look like a giraffe, you're not my friend.
I agree.
And I'm not. It's not about insulting. It's not about that. But there's a way to
say things.
Right, to guide your friend in the right direction. Like, hey, well, maybe you should try putting this on with that, or try this with this, or that with that. Like,
I got a daughter for that, because my daughter, I'll go in and I'll be like, baby girl. She was like,
Listen, your children, especially if you have female children, will humble you in the best ways.
Oh my God.
They will humble you in the best ways. I have this matter of fact, hold on. So like I said, I have this pair of shoes that I bought. And I went to wear them out. I was met with all kind of I was talked about for a good 45 minutes.
Oh, no.
Yes, I was.
I'd have talked about you too. Them was not my favorite pair of used shoes.
But I like these shoes, and I'll tell you why. When I wear them with long pants, and that's what my oldest daughter, who lives with me, said. Because I have 4. One doesn't live with me; she lives on her own. But my oldest daughter that lives with me said, "Oh, those are cute if you wear long pants." Well, my 2 youngest ones said, and I quote, "You must be getting ready to go to the nunnery." I said, you know what? But yes, having female children will humble you in the most awesome way.
Oh, I got one.
They when I want an honest opinion, I go straight to them. I don't ask my husband because I feel like he's a yes man to me.
But he's your husband.
Well, when I was a little heavier, he did refer to me as chubby.
Oh.
He did. But I like you, chubby. Shut up. You just let me know that I was fat and I needed to lose weight. Thank you so much.
Oh, that would hurt.
Listen, I appreciate honest people around me because I myself am honest. And I try my best to, give my opinion or advice very mindfully, especially when it's asked, and even when it's not. But I don't sugarcoat.
No.
I cannot do that. I don't know how to do that.
No, she doesn't.
I don't know how to do that. So.
And her faces, she has the faces that she would, what's the word I'm looking for? She can't hide anything with her facial expressions at all. At all. And you know what she's thinking when she says nothing. Her face says it all. Yes. Yes, there's no getting around that. There's no getting around that.
That's actually a trait that I inherited from my grandmother and my mother. So I can't help it. As much as I try to. I even tried to have a stoic face, just like...
Yeah, that doesn't work for you. Yeah.
But... Because I did it one night, my husband and I went out, and he was like, why are you looking like that? You just look like you're thinking something evil. I said, I'm trying to have my politically correct face on, but you're telling me it's not politically correct. So what do you want me to do? It was...
I'd rather for you to have your...
I can't help it. I really just, I can't help it.
And it's funny. It's funny. I'm sorry. And I'm no better. I'm no better. I can't hold my faces in. I can't do that. But hers are funny.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They are not. No, they're not. Okay, my circle of friends, they know my faces. That's why they sit and say things are funny. But they also know when I'm caught off guard, I'm going to freeze.
Okay, we get that. I get that.
Or if I hear something that just don't make sense.
She gives you that Scooby-Doo. What in the world did you just say? Yes. Yes. But I think that's a good thing sometimes though, because that it'll put people in their place and you'll be like, oh, I must have said something wrong. You did. And you did. And
I try my best. But I also try not to be judgmental as well, because I don't want anybody to think that my faces are me judging you. No, it's not. It's just if I hear something that I don't agree with, or that it's like like it makes me like, what, huh? Like we've all had that moment, like we hear stuff and you're like, what the, huh? Like for what? Like it just doesn't click. And I really try to catch my face before it happens, but it just doesn't work.
But
and
it's okay.
that's normally what you see happening is I'm hearing what I'm hearing and I'm not understanding. So at that moment it's like, okay, but then shortly after I'm like, all right, wait a minute. And then I'll figure out a way to ask questions about said statement. To try to gain understanding, and if I just can't get it, then that's when the opinion will come out.
That's true.
So I try to, be non-judgmental, especially up front, because sometimes you hear things and it's like you have people who hear things like, well, that's it. I need to understand first, because If you say something that doesn't make sense to me, you don't just say something and expect me not to ask questions. So, yeah, I don't know how we got off of that onto that topic.
That was me. That was all me.
But again, I think that all goes with being a good friend and building a sisterhood with people. You have to be able to accept people's differences as well.
Absolutely.
Like it's not like people. Everybody's if God wanted everybody to be the same, He would have made us all the same. We would all look the same. We would all think the same. We would all do things the same. Like we're all different beings, and everybody. One statement my mother used to say to me as a kid that stuck with me, and I say it to my girls now, is everybody knows something that you don't. You should learn from them. And
that's a great statement.
In my life, in my journey, I lost my mom when I was 15, and in my journey, growing up, that statement has rang true in everything, every time. I learned something from people. They learned something from me. I don't know everything, just like they don't know everything. So it's always an opportunity to grow. And when you have, friendship bonds, it's healthy for you to understand that they're different. It's healthy for you to understand that I can learn something from you. You can learn something from me.
Absolutely.
And to have each other's back and hold each other accountable. Like, to me, it all goes hand in hand with friendships. And that, to me, is what makes a strong sisterhood.
Absolutely. To be able to, again, just sit down, to talk, to be able to run out of pain. My big thing is to be able to talk to someone without feeling judgment.
Yeah.
Because there are those people who I know who I can and cannot talk to without my business being put out to here and to that person and to this person.
Playing telephone.
Right. Oh, did you hear? She did this, that, and the third. Yeah. Oh, she shouldn't have did that. Well, did you tell her that? Did you talk to her about that? Did you ask her about why she did this? Did you ask her why she didn't do this? To me, that is where I need, and I love that I have people in my life that I can talk to like that. Why did you do that? Well, I don't necessarily know why I did that. Well, and they will ask the questions and they will talk to you and they will be able to help you understand and be grounded in what it is that you need that help in. You probably didn't even know that you needed help in something. And they come around and be like, oh, well, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. They give you a different outlook on things and something you may not even have thought of yourself. And it's like, well, you know what? You're right. I'm going to try that. And then it works out for you.
Right.
I'm going to go off topic just a smidge because I saw a video of I think it was a young lady. I seen a couple of them, but the one that I'm remembering, I can't remember if it was the young lady or the young man that I saw first. They said that Generation X is being phased out.
Wait, isn't that us?
Yes, that's us. I'm sorry, I just had to laugh at that statement. I had to publicly laugh at that statement because Generation X, we are alive, well and kicking, honey. We
ain't going nowhere.
We ain't putting up with the bull crap, okay? We just don't deal with the BS. We ain't, listen, y'all want to be in the street fighting, that ain't me. Listen, the cops will be pulling up right when I show up, okay? Because go ahead with your nonsense. I ain't got time for it. That's for them young people. That's for them Gen Zs and Alphas and Omegas, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. I didn't got confused.
They're the generation that want to fight and cry and carry on, but then they play victim very well. So, I love y'all. I love y'all. But from what I see, it's like, oh, they entitled crybabies. But that's just my opinion.
I ain't mad at that. Listen.
That's just my opinion. That's all I see from, a certain generation. And it's not all of them. It's not all of them. Maybe I just get exposed to the ones that do it. I don't know. But to me, Generation X is the real FAFO generation. And if you don't know what FAFO is, I suggest you go Google that. So, we the real FAFOs. So, shout out to all my Gen X people. Yeah.
Because for real, FAFO will get you there.
Listen,
we are not our ancestors.
We are not. And we stay to ourselves. We mind our business. We grind. We work. We hustle. We do all that. But don't play around with us because you're going FAFO. Okay? Now, with that being said, I'm sorry I had to let that out because I've been holding that in for so long. I haven't posted it. I haven't said nothing about it. I've been wanting to for so long.
Get it out.
Because it was like, what?
Generation X is
being phased out.
Nice.
Baby, listen,
Okay,
we are the first generation that we learned how to work the internet. Okay, we created the damn internet. Excuse my language. Let's just be clear. Y'all wouldn't be sitting up on this here intranet talking nothing about nobody without us. That's one. Two, baby, listen.
We was some kids.
Y'all came from Generation X, okay? Y'all don't know nothing about drinking water out of a water hose.
Ooh.
Y'all don't know. Listen,
Wait.
I'm so serious. I am so serious. There is just so much that Generation X has paved the way for these younger generations, and they act like they're the ones that created it and took it over, or they're the brainchild behind it. Baby, no, you are not.
We are
the last generation to know what it's like to play outside. Okay.
Oh, facts.
Double Dutch, hopscotch, kickball, hide and go seek, like
hide and go get it.
We don't. I didn't play that.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I just told my husband about that game the other day. I said, my friends would play it. I would say, I don't want nobody touching me. Y'all know, anybody who knows me personally,
no, don't touch me,
knows how I am about my personal space. Back the hell up. Like, don't. I have been that way since a child, and that is no lie. If my parents and my grandparents were still alive, they would tell you, don't get too close to her because she's going to snap. Like, I don't want nobody. I was a very, very territorial child about my space. Get away from me.
Like, I need 3 feet all the way.
4.
Oh.
4. Back. Listen, I'm so serious. I don't like. There's just so much that I could say about that. But the only thing I will say, I've been that way since a child. And I'm one of those people, if I go to church and they say hug your neighbor, don't walk up on me. I don't like hugging everybody.
I don't like hugging everybody neither, but in church, no.
Nope, I sit there and I put my head down. And it's not that I don't like people. I love people. I just
don't want to be touched.
My personal space is my personal space. And the only people who can get in that space are people who are close to me that I know personally. I don't know. It's been embedded in me since a child.
Well, not only that, I don't want people's negative energy falling off on me.
Yes. That's why I said there's so much I could say about that, but it would turn into a whole, spiritual talk, and I don't want that either. So it's just I prefer I was.
And I get that.
I was called a witch because somebody wanted to pray for me, and I told them no.
I don't know your ways. I don't know how you praying for me. I'm good.
It wasn't that I didn't want them to pray for me. My Christians, please hear me on this. It wasn't that I didn't want them to pray for me. I just didn't want them to touch me.
There's no problem.
It wasn't, and it was something that led me to say, I appreciate that, but thank you. I have no clue what it was, but that's what I said. And then I was labeled all kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anywho.
Wow.
I have stories for days. So, I'll throw some out there in some of our episodes. Y'all can judge them or whoever. Talk about them, comment on them. Say what you want. I don't care. It was my experience, not yours. That's just things that happened to me. So, however it goes. Thank you for tuning in for our first episode of Real Talk Duo with me, Kayla Sean.
Takesha Renee.
We hope to see you guys back for our next episode. We're going to try to do these weekly for you guys. So hopefully this was a good talk for you. Leave your opinions, comments, whatever in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share this channel with your friends. Thank you, and we will see you next week. Bye.